Today is the 6th of May, 2009. We are at the home of Erling Stiansen in Cambridge, New York. My name is Wayne Clark. I'm with the New York State Military Museum. Mr. Stiansen, for the record, would you please state your full name and your date and place of birth, please?
Erling Stiansen. It's born in Grimstad, Norway in 1920.
All right. And when did you come to the States?
Came over here April, I don't know what date, April, we came over in April in 1926.
Did you come with your parents?
Yes,
And what kind of work did your father do?
shipyard, Carpenter.
And whereabouts did you settle?
We settled in Brooklyn,
Did you attend school in Brooklyn?
yes. And, the high school was New Utrecht High.
And did you graduate from high school?
No, quit after 2 years.
And at that point, did you go into the service?
I went to work.
You went to work? And
I didn't go into the service for 19.
I see here you went in 25 November 1942.
Yeah,
Were you drafted or did you enlist?
drafted.
All right. Do you remember where you were when you heard about the attack on Pearl Harbor?
We were living on a farm up in Livingston, New York.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we heard. That's what knocked me out of farming, because my folks were planning on having a farm.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was draft age.
Okay. You were drafted into the service. Where did you go for your basic training?
And
Long Island.
Long Island.
All right. Camp Upton you went
That's
to?
right, that part.
And did you take your basic training at Camp Upton?
No, we got all our clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Then we were shipped down to camp in
Was it
And,
Fort Dix in New Jersey?
no,
It was Texas, isn't it?
no, it was Georgia.
Oh, Georgia. Was it Fort Benning?
No,
Fort Gordon?
yeah,
Fort Gordon, Georgia.
yeah.
And what was basic training like for you?
Different.
What was it? Your first real time away from home?
Yeah. Well, I worked away from home when I was a young guy. I worked on a farm
Mm-hmm.
for about 4 months.
All right. Your basic training then, was it an infantry type basic?
Yeah. Well, actually, we were in got into the tank destroyers
Oh, okay.
outfit.
Okay. Once your basic training was completed, did you continue with the tank destroyer unit?
Yeah. I was with tank destroyers for about almost 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And when they needed infantry over in Europe, that's when I was stuck into the infantry.
Okay. What was your job with the tank destroyers?
And truck driver, mostly.
And what kind of trucks were they? Like the 2.5 ton or?
It was more where they carried guns and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get that big one they had in those times. It was more of a front, not carried personnel.
All right. Do you recall when you went over to Europe?
I think that was in November.
All right. Did you go over with the unit, the whole unit, or were you sent over as a replacement?
Replacement. An Oars replacement, we landed in France.
Mm-hmm.
And it-
Okay. So they put you in, what unit were you assigned to?
the 44th Division,
44th Division?
yeah. Isn't
And-
it on there?
And at that point you were an infantryman?
Yeah, machine gunner.
Oh, machine gunner.
It
What-
was on a 30 caliber machine gun, water cooled.
Oh, that must have been pretty heavy to carry around.
Well, one guy takes a tripod,
Mm-hmm.
the other guy takes a gun, and 3 or 4 guys carry ammunition.
Okay. And was there some sort of like containers that held water for the gun?
Yeah, I had one. Had one tank about this big,
Mm-hmm.
not wide, and the hose ran into that.
Okay.
Keeps from
Overheating.
steaming too much. Because that blows out steam.
And what was it like the first time you were in combat, and whereabouts were you?
Can't remember the town. At first was curiosity, but after that, you sort of scared.
Mm-hmm. Was your unit on the move quite a bit?
I'm trying to think of the name of it. Saga Mine, someplace around there.
Mm-hmm. That was in France?
Yeah.
I see that you were in the northern France area,
Yeah.
Central Europe.
Yeah.
Did you participate in the D-Day invasion?
No, just missed it by a few weeks.
All right.
I didn't have my gas mask. I didn't have gas mask glasses.
Uh-huh.
That's what held me back to. Not that I wanted to be in it.
Mm-hmm. Going back a little bit, when you went to Europe, did you go over on a ship?
Went over on the Isle de France. First it went south,
Mm-hmm.
and we thought, sure, we were going to the tropics.
Mm-hmm.
But then it started getting cold again, and we landed in Glasgow.
Oh, okay. Scotland?
Yeah.
All right.
It was a big enough ship that they could outrun the subs.
Uh-huh.
That's why they went that way.
So you didn't go in a convoy or anything?
No,
Okay. All right. Once you landed in Glasgow, did you receive any sort of additional training or anything, or did they just
No.
put you in the unit?
we got off on little boats. They packed us right in to get us to shore.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of guys that are good at imitating me used to blat like a cow or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we got on that and they shipped us south to Southampton on the train.
Uh-huh.
And down to Southampton, and we got on smaller boats there to take us across the narrow sort of,
The channel?
yeah, English Channel. They didn't have the tunnel then.
Mm-hmm. Once you got to France, Were you under fire right away, or was it a while?
No. We got to they shipped us to another town, big town. 59 of it. Anyway, we went on, they put us in railroad cars,
Uh-huh.
regular freight cars. I got that name at the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of it.
The town, you mean?
Yeah, where they shipped us, and that's where they put us off into different armies.
It wasn't Le Havre, was it?
Yeah, I think we landed in Le Havre, but after we got into France,
Okay.
I guess it was sort of a circulation place where they shipped different guys in different companies.
Mm-hmm. Now this was in like the spring of 1944. This was after D-Day.
Yeah,
All right.
but we didn't go out before November. D-Day was Jan.
D-Day was in June. Oh, you didn't go over till November. Okay. All right.
And it was muddy as anything over there.
Mm-hmm. What about your clothing and your equipment? Was it adequate for the
Oh, yeah.
weather?
Yeah. Except I went over in a big overcoat, they finally took that out of me and gave me a nice jacket.
Uh-huh.
But whenever we got a shower, they gave us 2 pairs of drawers
Mm-hmm.
and a pair of long johns. All you wanted you could put on,
Mm-hmm.
as long as you were warm.
Okay. Now, you crossed over in November. So you were in 1940 during the winter of 1945. Whereabouts were you sent?
We were sent with the company then.
You were eventually into Germany, correct?
Yeah.
Were you in the forest area, like the Hertigan Forest?
Yeah, we were in that Argonne Forest,
Mm-hmm.
and
What was that like for you? Were you shelled quite a bit?
there's another place, the Bulge, that's where.
You were in the Battle of the
Yeah.
Bulge.
Yeah, we were in that. That was kind of a lot of action.
Mm-hmm. And I see here that you received a concussion and a blown out ear, your left ear.
Yeah,
How did that come about?
that was we were Geldorf, Germany. I remember that name. And there was a blown out bridge, and we had we had to climb up onto the blown out bridge and run across.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I got up there, just then a shell hit right in front. It must have been buried in the debris, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I got it knocked my gas mask glass or gas mask strap off. And the bullet went through, not a bullet, just ricochet
Uh-huh.
through here and through my pants.
So did it cut you open?
Pardon?
The shrapnel cut you?
No, just a tiny scratch, you think a cat scratch.
Oh, really?
But there's a hole in front of my shirt and behind the shirt,
Uh-huh.
right where it went through.
Were you knocked unconscious at all?
I got knocked real scared now.
Uh-huh.
But I dropped down again, and I didn't know which way to run. And the sergeant there, or lieutenant, he told me, keep going, keep going. And I had to get up again and run.
Mm-hmm.
But my staff sergeant, he got killed there.
Mm.
And the medic, he got knocked. He got knocked out, so he had to go back. Quite a few got killed there. I think about 12 people were in that area.
Now, what about your ear?
That was from that, because it was awful. Started ringing an awful lot. I don't know.
Uh-huh. Did you go for any kind of medical attention?
Yeah, but they didn't. All he done was take this syringe, you know.
Uh-huh.
And he syringed it. He thought he syringed it out, but he didn't. I think he opened it up more.
Uh-huh. Did it develop into any kind of infection?
No.
No.
Well, yeah, I went to a doctor specialist one time down in Brooklyn, and he would never dry up, kept running.
Uh-huh.
So he said, I can't do anything until it stops that running. He used to dry it out, put a piece of cigarette paper over the hole,
Uh-huh.
the hearing came right back.
Huh.
But he said that paper ain't gonna last long.
Yeah.
So that's all I bothered with.
Mm-hmm. Now, through the VA, were you able to get any kind of treatment or disability from that? No. And what kind of weapon did you carry besides the machine gun? Did you have a rifle?
Yeah. What they call that?
An M1 Garand?
A little rifle.
Oh, you had the carbine.
Little, like carbon.
The carbine? The
Yeah,
M1 carbine?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you think of that weapon?
I don't think that was too hot as far as shooting in a distance.
Mm-hmm.
But we had mostly the machine gun.
Uh-huh. Once you got across that bridge, whereabouts did you
We
go?
wound up, there was a barn over there just like the one down the road here with that. Everybody wound up right by it. It was full, almost.
Uh-huh.
And there were a lot of kids sitting there crying. And I don't know, they probably had their bodies checked out. I know I didn't want to go back there, because after we got back to the town, they asked for a truck driver. So I'd drive the Jeep with a trailer and go back there and pick up the dead.
Uh,
But company commander, he was a nice guy. He was a captain.
okay. So,
All the officers were down to first names.
mm-hmm.
Then the time came and they said, you gotta call us lieutenants or captain. Then they pulled the rank.
Uh-huh. Now, during the Battle of the Bulge, did you suffer frostbite or anything like that?
What kind of bite?
Frostbite?
No.
No? Okay. All right. After the Battle of the Bulge and you got through the Hurtigan Forest, what happened next?
I don't know, probably kept going.
Mm-hmm.
Finally got a little rest stop so I could go take a shower,
Mm-hmm.
get different clothes on. They had the clothes in barracks bags.
Uh-huh.
And they had that tent and that barn where we went. And a bunch of people standing there watching us run back and forth.
How often did you get a shower and a change of clothes?
The only thing I remember, about 2 times.
Really? And what about your food? What kind of food did you have?
We had, what was that, K rations, yeah.
Or C rations?
Yeah.
Did you get a hot meal very often?
Usually got it in the evening.
Uh-huh.
Once we had settled that, they came out with supper.
Mm-hmm.
Everything in one basket. Put it on there, meat, potatoes, and the dessert was whatever dessert was.
Everything together?
Well,
Do you remember the death of President Roosevelt?
yeah. I remember the war was almost over then, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereabouts were you when the war ended?
I don't remember the names, but after the war ended, they put us on some kind of duty to look over the hills and stuff.
Mhm.
We wound up down by Switzerland someplace.
Okay.
No, what's the other big town?
Austria?
Austria, yeah,
So you were in Germany or Austria when the
Yeah.
war ended?
yeah.
So were you part of the occupational forces?
Not long, just a few weeks, then we shipped us back to France to Camp 6, since Camp Chesterfield.
Oh, Chesterfield? Okay.
And
And how long were you in Camp Chesterfield? And that was the
not too long now. Then we got orders we were gonna go back to the States,
Uh-huh.
get some more training, and then go to Japan.
Oh.
So we went home on a Queen Elizabeth.
Mm-hmm.
That was nice. We got regular air-conditioned cabins.
Uh-huh. Now, did
All
you...
the food you could eat.
Mm-hmm. What was it like when you pulled into... Was it New York you pulled into? Was there a lot of celebration and...
No, I don't. Well, they shipped us right to Camp Kilmer.
Kilmer? Okay.
There we were gonna get a nice big dinner.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I was too excited. I didn't feel like eating. Then we had to go down to Fort Dix and get that separation like
Okay.
Fort Dix.
Now...
They gave us a month off,
Uh-huh.
and then we were supposed to go to some camp down in Arkansas for more training.
Mm-hmm.
And just while I was home, the war ended in Japan.
When the war ended, when you were back home, what was it like?
Then there was excitement.
Uh-huh.
Times Square was loaded.
Uh-huh.
My brother came home about the same time, and another friend of ours. When we went over to Times Square, we went, walked maybe a block in all the traffic, so turned around, went home again.
Uh-huh.
Then after that, I went to a camp in where did I get this charge from?
Oh,
I think
let's...
it's on there.
let's see.
Camp Kilmer? No.
Let's see. You went in Upton.
on a discharge paper.
Separation. Oh, Camp Fannin in Texas.
Same family, yeah.
So they sent you all the way to
Yeah.
Texas to get discharged.
Yeah.
Did you spend any time down in Texas, or they
I was
just?
down there a little while because I'd done some trucking down here too. So,
Uh-huh.
and one time I had some big officer I had to take him to another town with his car. I remember clipping right along, and he just sat there with his arm across the bench.
Uh-huh. So what did you think of Texas?
I think it was better then than now because I don't remember any bad storms down there.
Uh-huh.
Same way down in Carolina, but Georgia, I don't remember any storms
Yeah.
from down there.
Now I see that you were discharged 31 January 1946.
31 January?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, let's see. This was.
No, it's
Oh, okay. You were.
December.
I'm sorry. Yes, date of separation 5 December 1945.
Yeah,
And so you headed back home at that point.
yeah.
How did you arrive home
Subway.
from Texas? Did you go home
Oh,
by
I
train?
took the train.
Okay.
It was on a good train.
Mm-hmm. Did your family know you were coming?
No, I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. All right. Once you were discharged and arrived home, did you make use of the GI Bill at all, or did you go right back to work?
Well, I made use of the GI Bill when I was living up here on the farm.
Okay.
My folks bought a farm in 1948. And my wife, my first wife, she was married about a year. We thought I'd come up here and try farming.
Mm-hmm.
So I got money out of them, like GI Bill for
Uh-huh.
most of the farm school.
Oh, okay. You went to like an agricultural course? What was it, through a college or through like the cooperative extension?
The high school teacher in Greenwich, he was there.
Oh, okay.
And then they came around once in a while and see what kind of work we were doing. And they take us out on field trips and take us to the most fanciest farms around, you know.
Uh-huh.
And we couldn't touch that with the little money we had.
Now, what kind of farm did you have? Was it a dairy? Dairy?
And but after 3.5 years, I quit. We got rid of the cows. We got rid of the loan that we had for the cows, and we paid that all up. Then I went and worked in a paper mill down here, wood flung paper mill in Horsey Falls.
Uh-huh.
For about a year and a half, until 1953. We moved back to Brooklyn, and I got a job at J.J. Newberry Tension Stores.
Mm-hmm.
I worked there almost 10 years, then I quit and I came up here again, but I came up to Carpenter in Albany. So I worked construction.
Oh, okay. Did you have any training as a carpenter, or was it on the job?
Well, I left. I was working as a carpenter when I got drafted.
Oh, I see. Okay.
We made floating dry docks.
Okay, floating dry docks, so you worked in the ship,
We worked over by Whitestone Bridge,
Uh-huh.
right under Whitestone Bridge.
all right.
I got that job because the big boss needed a chauffeur to take him from Brooklyn out to his house.
Mm-hmm.
I got that job driving a little Ford, brand new Ford.
And then once you moved here, you worked as a carpenter till you retired?
Yeah,
What year did you retire?
in 1982.
Okay.
But then I had some beef cows here,
Mm-hmm.
just for the fun of it.
Did you stay in contact with anyone you were in the service with?
No,
No.
I
Did
made a good friend with a guy I was working with down there, Carpenter, but he's dead now too.
uh-huh. Did you join any veterans organizations at all?
Uh,
No. And you didn't attend any reunions then? Okay. How do you think your time in the service changed or affected your life?
I don't know. Changed anything but I made out all right with 1 year.
Mm-hmm. And you had family members in the service also,
And 2 brothers.
and they were in the service the same time?
Yeah, well, one went on late because he was older.
Uh-huh.
He got to see Okinawa, but there was no fighting going on then.
Uh-huh.
And the other one, he was in headquarters in California.
And what are their names?
John and Siegfried.
Uh-huh. Are they still living?
No,
No.
I'm the only one left.
All right. You've got some interesting pictures there. Would you show them to us? Hold them up one at a time and tell us where they were taken.
These?
Yeah.
These pictures?
Yep. Yeah, just let me hold that up straight in front of you and I'll zoom in on it.
I don't remember where this was taken. But this one was taken down on 58th Street in Brooklyn. 58th.
Oh, okay. That was taken at your house? Your
No.
parents' home?
Not at my house, that was my brother's house. This
Okay.
58th Street and 9th Avenue.
Okay.
And this one was taken, I have no idea where.
It looks like it was probably taken in basic training.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and I'm going to have you hold up your... I'll have you hold this up. Your awards and your dog tags. And... Okay. And I see the Good Conduct Medal. You've got the Expert Machine Gunner's Badge.
Yeah.
Combat Infantry Badge, your dog tags.
That's the one I'm proudest of. The infantry badge.
Oh yes. And then your unit crests.
Yeah.
Okay. I see you've got your overseas ribbons and your World War II discharge Upshur Duck. And also, here's another photograph. Could you tell us when this was taken?
I was taken when I was getting my citizen papers.
Oh, okay. All right.
We were a citizen on my father's papers
Uh-huh.
to begin with. And when we got out of service, we all went in and got our own papers.
All right.
But even after being in the army, I still had to go in there with the regular foreigner.
Oh, did you really?
I sort of felt funny about that.
Sure, after you...
Why should I go in with them when...
All right, well, is there anything that we missed that you'd like to... Oh, yes.
Do you want this?
Yeah, can you open that up? And that looks like it's a basic training photo.
Just the whole outfit, like.
Okay.
That's a company.
Your whole company?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was in the
Hold the edges higher.
tank destroyers.
Oh, okay, the tank destroyer unit. And I see you're the third one there from the end.
Yeah,
And I'll zoom in on that. Okay. Let me just scan the whole...
some guy
Oh,
might
bro.
come up. Some guy might come up and look at this and see their picture.
Okay. Had a group of guys there. That was a pretty good sized unit.
That's one tank destroyer company.
And whereabouts was that unit?
This was probably down Camp, a big place in Texas.
Okay. Was that the last place you were?
No, not Camp.
Was that Camp Famine?
Camp Hood.
Oh, Camp Hood. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Can I say something?
Sure.
I'm not on the tape, am I?
Your voice is. That's fine.
Here is the last letter he wrote his mom.
Oh, okay.
I made a copy for you.
Okay.
If you want to zoom in on it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's in the War Navy everything. You
All
want to
right.
put that in the museum? No.
Yeah, we'd like the copy
Yeah.
of that, sure.
Correct. I did.
And
Can I roll this up?
oh yes, you can roll that up.
Will you take a copy of it with him now?
Sure.
Here. Here's your mom's letter, the last letter you wrote your mom. And said you hope is the last year. And I'll give you one here.
Okay, that was the last letter you wrote to your mom when you were in the military.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last Christmas.
That's overseas just for Christmas, I guess.
Okay, now that's a copy. I want you to hold this up because this is the original, and it'll give us an idea of how little the V-mails were.
Just right side up.
Yep. And that's the actual size of the original letter. Okay. All right. Thank you very much for your interview.
You're welcome.